front of me, I'm going to put problems on the board that are very, very similar. Some of these are really, really simple. Some of these are really, really hard, okay? So I'd say about half and half, I think. So my goal is to get through at least half of it. I'd like to get more than half of it done. But again, we'll stop at about 15 minutes left in the hour so we have time to do our homework quiz. So, all right, so chapter 1 review test. Chapter 1 test review. So people that are watching this at home, I do not have a review sheet online. I don't even have a review sheet for them. Just look at problems on the board, write them down, and we'll work through them. Okay, if I asked you to simplify, question number 1. Let's do 27 to the negative 2/3 power. 27 to the negative 2/3 power. It's been a while since we did a question like this. It's been probably, almost a month probably. Okay, remember 27 to the negative 2/3 power, negative exponent doesn't make your answer negative, it makes it under a 1. That's 1 over 27 to the 2/3 power. And be careful, there are people that are good at multiplying. They might go, well, 27 to the 2/3, that's 18. Because 18 is 2/3 of 27. 18 is 2/3 of 27, but that's not what that says. It doesn't say 27 times 2/3. It says 27 to the 2/3.
Isn't this when you do that, like, cubed of 27?
Yeah, rewrite it. If you don't know what 27 to, rewrite it. So 1 over the what root of what?
The
Third root or cube root of 27 squared. One of those you should be able to do. 27 squared, I don't know what that is. But I do know the cube root of 27. And be careful, it's not 9. It's 3. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So we have 1 over 3 squared. So 1 over 9.
What happened to the negative?
When you move it to the bottom, it turns positive.
Oh.
When you move it, we don't like negative exponents, so we put it under a 1. That one hopefully isn't too bad. I think that's a pretty easier one. Next one. This one I think is easier, okay? If I gave you something such as this. Let's do 2x to the 5th times 4x to the 8th over x to the 2nd to the 3rd. Okay? Go ahead and try to simplify that one. 2x to the 5th over 8 or 4x to the 8th over x to the 2nd to the 3rd. Okay? As long as you can remember these rules, x2 times x3 is x5, and x2 to the 3rd is x to the 6th. Okay? Go ahead and try this one. Spend about 30 seconds on this one. Okay? See what you get. Anybody got a guess? What is it? Bottom is definitely x6. Okay, we'll do that. How'd you get x6 on bottom?
Is it 8x 13?
Multiply the 2.
For a final answer?
No, over.
Yes, where'd you get 8 from?
2 times 4.
2 times 4. That's simple enough. 8. And where do you get x to the 13th from?
5 plus 8.
When you times, you add the exponents. You can clean that up a little bit.
8 to the 7.
8x7. Where did you get 7 from? There's 7 more on top, so the answer is 8x7. Okay? Any question on that one? Simplify the top, simplify the bottom, divide it out. When you divide, you subtract the exponents. Okay? That one shouldn't. This next one, maybe a teensy bit tougher, I don't know. If I gave you 2x y to the 3rd to the 4th times x, let's do this, x to the 5th over 8y to the 4th. Let's try that one. Negative 2x y to the 3rd, all of that to the 4th, times x to the 5th over 8y 4th. I don't know if I can do this.
Is that x?
Say it again.
Is that x to the 5th?
Yes, over here?
Yeah.
That's a 5, yep. Okay, so what is this? Anybody got a guess at it? I think I got it. I'm trying to do it in my head. It's kind of hard to do it. I'm trying to remember it all. What's that? Oh. No guesses? Come on, somebody have the guts.
Oh, um,
Well, let's do this. Take everything to the fourth power. Start off with -2. -2 to the fourth. -2 times -2 times -2 times -2 should be 16. Positive 16. Take x to the fourth. X to the fourth is x to the fourth. Y to the third to the fourth would be y to the what? 12. Times, this doesn't simplify at all, x5 over 8y4. I'm going to put this over 1. I don't know if I've asked this question in this chapter. Maybe I did. Sort of a trick question here. What's our common denominator?
Just multiply
8y to the fourth.
You're not wrong, and but I think you were saying even better. What's my common denominator?
multiply 1 by 8, 1 and 4, right?
I think
and
you're, I
tell
think,
me about it.
what's that?
So you have to
Because it make it
times
easier.
everything on the left by 8y4.
Yeah, I'm looking for a better answer though. Yes, yes, the common denominator is 8y4, but I'm looking for a better answer. I mean, you're not wrong, okay? What if I give you this? 2/3 times 5/7. What's your common denominator?
There isn't.
There's not, but what?
21.
You're not wrong in saying 21. There's a better answer. Here's what it is. You don't need a common denominator. Not when you're multiplying. I thought that's what you were saying there. You just, when you times fractions, you times your tops, you don't need a common denominator. When you're adding and subtracting, you do. And like I said, you're not wrong. Maybe that's what you were saying in an indirect way. Okay, you don't need a common denominator. Times your tops, times your bottoms. That's it. Okay. Yes, the common denominator is 8y4, but you don't need a common denominator. Okay. So if we do that, what is the top? The bottom is going to be 8y4. That's easy enough. What's the top going to turn into? What's 16x4y12 times x5?
It's
16
X.
x 9 y what?
12.
We all done?
No, it's
Not quite.
Is it 8? Why 8?
Not 8. Careful. Well, if I gave you 16 over 8, what do fractions mean? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Divide. So it's not 8. It's what? 2. X what?
X9.
X9. Y what? Y8. On top or on bottom? Top. Now, what's tricky is this. When you have coefficients, you divide them out. But when you divide with exponents, you subtract. Okay?
Mr. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I was saying like why
Is your
I
clock
was
good?
saying 16.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Y8, gotcha. But that's what I thought. When you said
Oh, it
8,
is broke.
I was thinking 16 minus 8.
Your
Okay.
clock's broke, Dad.
I know, battery's dead.
Juniors, please stand up. Scream when you're ready.
Try hard.
I don't want to know, Greg.
Don't try
Yes.
hard.
Bro, I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
Up.
Stand up.
Oh, fine.
No, what? No.
Yeah, that makes three.
Extreme. What part of 2 I don't
No,
know.
seniors.
Shoot.
You literally have black on, so
I would
like,
take off my bed.
Whoa.
saying,
I have gray
put it out
clothes
there.
And this is great.
Black is not a school
Teo, you
color.
wanna count for the seniors
You have
today?
black on too?
or juniors.
I'm not taking school color.
I gotta count for juniors. There's more juniors here than seniors. So
It
like,
could be in memory of the class that should
I
have.
would've, yeah, well, but you should've taken my class.
I did, I signed up for it.
Okay, now
You guys should sit down, Kevin.
okay, how about this one?
There's number 4.
Take that as a warning, guys. Can't skip on it.
Okay, what is negative 2x to the 1/4 times 3x to the 1/5? So how's my answer gonna start out?
-6.
How'd you get -6?
Multiply the -23.
Okay, and then when we times, we do what with the exponents? We add. They happen to be fractions. When you add fractions, do you need a common denominator?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. 1/4 plus 1/5. What's your common denominator?
20.
20. How do you turn a 4 into a 20?
5.
Times 5 is times 5. How do you turn 5 into 20? 4. So we have what?
9.
X to the 9 over 20. Negative 6x to the 9/20ths.
Are we? And leaving it like that?
What else can you do?
No. Oh, yeah.
You can rewrite it with a radical if you want.
Little things.
Well, you'd say the 20th, negative 6, 20th root of x to the 9th. But I mean, you think you should have your answer in radicals or in fractional exponents?
Fraction.
Why?
Because it started.
Start with fractional exponents. You probably should leave in fractional exponents. Okay, number 5. I'm I'll say 80%. When you did this in Algebra 2, I was 100% certain I was going to give you these formulas to you guys on the test, and I did. In this class, I'll tell you on Monday, but probably about 80 to 90% certain that I'll still give you the formulas for these. I want you to factor, okay? Factor 27 x to the third minus y to the 12. Okay? The formulas I gave you, what the heck, I'll make it nice. I'll give you the formulas, okay? I'll write these on the board. I will not tell you when you need to use them or how to use them on test day. Formulas you'll see are a cubed plus b cubed, a plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared, a cubed minus b cubed equals a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. Okay? So, you're going to need that in this question because you didn't do a question like this in Algebra 2. I mean, you used those formulas a couple times. We didn't use them a lot. But I didn't. What's that?
What even is that?
Sum of cubes and difference of cubes. Okay? You did it in Algebra 2 like this. X cubed plus 8. Is 8 a cube?
Yeah.
It's what cubed?
2.
2. This is what cubed?
X.
X, and this is 2. Would you use the first formula or the second formula?
First.
Why? It's plus. That's plus. That's when if it was minus, you use the bottom one, okay? So A and B are what and what? X and 2. So plug them in. What's A plus B?
X plus 2.
Can I say 2x? Or not? No. What's 2x mean? 2 times x. You simply plug them in. A is x. B is 2. A squared. X squared. Minus A times B.
2x.
X times 2 is 2x plus B squared. 4. And then you're done. Pick the formula, plug them in. This is a little tougher. This is what cubed? 27 is what cubed?
3.
3, and this is what cubed?
X.
X. So this all together is what cubed?
3x.
Put 3x and put it in, we'll circle that. This is kind of weird to say, but y to the 12th is what cubed?
Y to the 4th.
Y to the 4th cubed. Y to the 4th cubed. Because if I had y to the 4th cubed, it's y to the 12th. So A and B are what and what? 3x and y4. We're going to use the top one again?
No.
Why?
Why?
The third.
Say it again?
Why? I
What?
don't know.
Why? Oh, the only difference is one's plus, one's minus.
But why? But why?
When your equation.
What do you mean by? I'm not sure what you're saying.
I don't
Okay.
remember this.
Okay, these are both cubes, okay? And don't just say yes if you don't. Do you see that there, I mean, this is 3 cubed.
Yeah.
This is x cubed, so it's 3x.
Yeah.
3x times 3x, 3x is this. y4 cubed is y12.
Yeah.
These are both cubes. These are both, I mean, not to be sarcastic, these are obviously cubes because, look at it, read it, a cubed, b cubed. This is the plus, this is the minus. Since it's a minus, we're gonna use this one,
Okay.
okay? If I make this a plus, use that one.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so A and B we said are 3x and y4. So A minus B is what? What am I going to put in? 3x minus y4. A squared, square all of 3x. So what's 3x times itself? Should I just put 3x squared? We're taking 3x and squaring the whole thing. So that would be,
6.
careful, come on, 9.
Yeah.
9 what?
X squared.
9x squared plus, why is it plus? Because the formula is plus. A times B, so what times what?
3x.
And what's 3x times y4?
3x.
3x y4. Plus B squared, so plus what squared?
Y to the 4th.
Y to the 4th squared, which is what? Y8. Now what do you do? Nothing, you go on. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay. You're literally finding out what's being, and it's going to be, they're both going to be cubes. And I'm going to give you those formulas, you just got to plug them in. Okay, next one. And that doesn't factor any further. All right. Okay, 6. Okay, how about this one? Factor again. 5x3 plus 5x squared minus 80x minus 80. Okay. First off, is there a common factor to all of that?
Yeah,
What?
5.
Take a 5 out. 5x?
No.
Why not? There's a bunch of x's up there.
Oh, there's not.
Oh, an 80.
Not on 80. So 5 times x3 plus 5 times x squared minus 5 times 16. You can use calculators if necessary. 16. What do I do with that 5?
Ignore it.
Erase it?
No.
Ignore it.
Just ignore it. Your answer's going to start with a 5. It better start with a 5 if this is what it is, and it's not. How do we factor 4 terms? You guys remember?
You
Group 'em.
don't.
Group them.
Yeah.
First two, last two. Okay. What could I factor out of x3 and x2?
X2.
x2 times what's x3? Plus x2 times what's x2?
1.
What could I factor out of those two?
6.
What?
Negative.
16 or negative 16?
Negative.
True or false? I'm going to factor out negative 16 because they're both negative. They are both negative. It's not because they're both negative. The first one, not just one of them, has to be the first one. The first one, if this is a plus, I'd only factor out 16. Okay, we're going to factor out negative 16. So negative 16 times what?
X.
Plus 1. Do you guys feel good about our answer so far?
Yeah.
How come?
But then parentheses.
Inside the parentheses, if they're not, you made a mistake, okay? Sounds weird, but how many x plus 1s do we have here?
X squared minus 6.
X squared minus 16. X squared minus 16 what's?
X plus 1. Well, you gotta put the 5.
We ain't done yet.
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that. We're still not done though.
Difference is squared.
Difference of squares. This is what squared?
X.
And this is 4. X plus 4, x minus 4, x plus 1. That it?
No. Put the 5 out instead.
So 5, x plus 4, x minus 4, x plus 1.
How did we get the 16 inside of?
5 goes into 80 16 times.
No. When we went
Oh.
from x squared, parentheses x1, and we put.
Okay, if I give you this right here, 7, x plus 2s plus 5, x plus 2s. We have 12, x plus 2s. Where did I get that from? 5 plus 7. There's 7 of these and 5 of these, there's 12 of them. If I went like this, there's A of them and B of them, there would be A plus B of them.
Okay, and we put negative 16 inside of the parentheses?
No. How many, again, this sounds weird, but how many x plus 2s do we have here? A of them. How many here? B of them. So how many altogether? A plus B.
Oh.
How many x plus 1s do we have?
Oh,
X
that-
squared.
Okay.
How many here? Negative 16. So we have x squared minus 16, x plus 1s. Okay? All right, next one, number 7. Okay, number 7. Simplify. Let's do x over x plus 3 plus 4x over x minus 3 plus 18 over x squared minus 9. This is one of those, when we did our worksheets, I said I wouldn't even write the problem down yet, okay?
It's the bottom.
What's that?
Bottom.
What about the bottoms?
You can just multiply.
Eventually, not yet.
So you like make the common denominator?
Eventually, that's kind of what he's saying. You gotta do something else first. Look at everything.
The difference of squares.
Let's factor this thing. I'm just gonna cross this out and make it what?
X
X plus 3. Now, get a common denominator. Now we're gonna get a common denominator. So we write down x plus 3. Do I write this denominator down?
Yes.
Why?
The difference.
It's different. Do I write this down?
No.
We got it. Do I write this down?
No.
Same reason. Common denominator is x plus 3, x minus 3. Let's draw 3 fraction bars with x plus 3's, x minus 3's. Okay. So let's look at our first fraction. Our denominator on our first fraction is x plus 3. Here we have x plus 3, x minus 3. So we times by what?
X minus 3.
So times the top by x minus 3, and we're going to have x squared minus 3x. On the second one, we have x minus 3. We turn it into x plus 3, x minus 3. So we times by x plus 3. So 4x times x plus 3 is 4x squared plus 12x. And what did I do on the third one? So So leave that 18 alone. Okay. Now I add the tops, combine the tops. So, how many x squareds are we going to have? 5x squareds. How many x's?
9.
Negative 3 and 12 is positive 9x. And what else do we have? What, 18?
Yeah.
Careful,
Minus.
minus 18. Are we done with that one? You should all be saying what you're thinking. Maybe, that's a great answer. Maybe, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Okay? What should we maybe do then?
Maybe back to
Factor the top, let's see if the top, I don't know if it factors or not, I really don't. So we ought to make 5x squared. What times what? 5x and 1x. Okay. We look at what our middle or our last? Last, okay. How do you make a negative when you times?
Plus minus.
Does it make a difference where I put the plus and the minus?
Yes.
Yep. Because the first terms are different, so I'm putting plus minus. How do I know that?
No.
I don't, I'm guessing. Now think back, I taught you this is not cheating at all. It's literally being efficient, okay? Times you need 18. 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. Should we try 1 and 18?
No.
It's not just because they're farthest apart. Why would 1 and 18?
Because they can't add up.
Yeah, but that little trick doesn't work because of that 5.
You're trying to
You can't
get rid
cancel.
of.
Nothing, why do we factor to try to cancel stuff? If I use 1 and 18, maybe 1 and 18 works. It might work. Doesn't, but it might. What's gonna cancel?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's a waste of time. Should we even attempt 2 and 9?
No.
Because nothing's gonna cancel. If it works, it doesn't help. Doesn't hurt, but it doesn't help. So we should try 3 and 6. Now, should we even try that?
No.
No.
Why?
Doesn't cancel.
Nothing's gonna cancel. So let's try 6 and 3, okay? So, we check our outers and our inners. What are our outers when we times them?
15.
Negative 15. What are our inners? What's a negative 15 and a positive 6?
Not 18.
Hang on, no. We want that one, remember? We know this is gonna work to 18, okay? But a negative 15 and a positive 6 is negative what? Do I want negative 9?
No.
I want positive 9, so what's wrong?
We're gonna have to flip the sign.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Why?
Because you can cancel out.
Now we cancel off the x plus 3's. So over x plus 3, x minus 3. Cross them out, your final answer is 5x minus 6 over x minus 3. That's a tougher one. That's definitely a tougher one.
Wait. Okay, never mind.
You sure? Okay. Okay, I told you this is an older test. So just we're all on the same thing here. When you get to number 8 on your test, we're not doing it, okay? So we're not even doing it. I'm not even gonna give it to you, okay? Okay. This one I think will be a little bit easier. How about plus 5 squared plus 3 minus 2 squared. I think this one will be a little bit easier. Any idea how we're going to solve this thing? When you square something, what does that mean?
Times by
Times,
12.
Looking for one word right now. Foil. Foil, foil, foil. Let's foil these things out. Okay? So x plus 5 is x plus 5 minus plus 3, x minus 2, x minus 2. So we foil this. I'm going to skip a step when I foil. You should be able to skip this step by now, I think. First terms is x squared. What are my outers? I'm not going to write it down. My outers are what?
5x.
Inners are,
5x.
together that's 10x. You should be able to do that. Plus, last is 25, plus 3. Okay, we FOIL out the right side. Again, x squared minus 2x is minus 4x plus 4. Now, we're going to combine like terms. We'll do that. Must this equal 0? Is this a quadratic? I'd accept no and yes. Seriously. Quadratic means power of 2. I see powers of 2 up there.
Yeah.
But why is it kind of not a quadratic?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Can I subtract x squared each side?
Makes
Sure.
it 0.
What's that?
Makes it 0.
Yeah, but can I do that? I mean, whatever I do one side, do the other. Can I subtract x squared each side?
Yeah.
Sure. Now it's not a quadratic. It's quadratic for now. In about 2 seconds, it won't be. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to equal 0. It's not a quadratic. So if I do that, I have 10x plus 28 equals negative 4x plus 4. Okay, then we add 4x to each side. Subtract 28 to each side. X is negative 24 over 14, which is negative 12 over 7. I skipped steps there, and that's really okay. Back in algebra and algebra 2, I wanted you to show every step. You can skip a few steps. I mean, what did I not show you here? How did I get from here to here? What did I not show?
Minus or plus 4.
Plus 4x, and then what did I not show here? Minus 28 to each side. I mean, it's fine. You don't have to show every single teeny tiny step. I got to be able to tell what you're doing, but you don't need to show every single step. And algebra I don't want you to, but you're smart enough now that you don't need to. Okay, number 10. Okay. 3 over x plus 4. 7 over, we're solving this one. Before we just simplified, now we're solving. X minus 4 equals.
Difference of square.
So what?
X plus 4, x minus 4.
Let's factor this thing. I'm just gonna cross this out and make it x plus 4, x minus 4. So what should we do? This is very similar to when we did a few problems back, except we're actually solving it this time.
Denominator.
Get a common denominator. And what is it?
X plus 4.
X plus 4, x minus 4. Plus x plus 4, x minus 4. Equals x plus 4, x minus 4. Okay. So let's look at that first fractions denominator. Totally off topic, just let you guys catch up. So I saw your brother the other day, man, he's having a rough few years, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not.
I forgot all about the baseball, the bat hitting him,
Yeah.
and then the truck crash, and then he shot himself. Man, stay away from him, man, it's a walking disaster.
Need some ball around.
Jeez. Okay, so x plus 4, x plus 4, x minus 4 times by x minus 4. So negative 3 times x minus 4 is negative 3x plus 12. Then we have x minus 4 to x plus 4, x minus 4 times by x plus 4. 7 times x plus 4 is 7x plus 28. What did I do to this one?
Leave it.
Leave it. Now, since our denominators are the same, we don't even have to look at them. Just ignore them. Yes, sir.
So when we get it so the denominator's the same, do we have to write all of that, or can we just write the top? And
I gotta be able to tell what you're doing.
Well, because we can remember it's there and just add it on once we simplify.
That's fine, as long as I can tell. Like I said, I can just, I don't care how smart anybody is, the more work you do in your head and not on paper, the more likely you are to make a mistake. And I can't give partial credit from what you do up here that you don't, I gotta be able to see what you're doing, okay? So, hold that thought at the end of this problem, 'cause I'm gonna address that even more on this particular problem at the end, okay? So let's ignore the denominators. We just have negative 3x plus 12 plus 7x plus 28 is negative 5x plus 4. We can just ignore them. We don't need to even look at them. They're all the same. If the bottoms are the same, the tops have to be the same. Okay? So let's clean this up. What's the left side going to turn into? Ooh, not negative 4x. 4x.
Plus 36.
Plus, oh, you already subtracted 4?
Oh, no.
Plus 4.
Well, that'd be 4.
Oh, shoot.
Equals
Yeah.
negative 5x plus 4. Okay? Then I'm going to add 5x to each side. 9x plus 40 is 4. I didn't show that, but I added 5x to each side. Subtract 40 to each side. 9x equals negative 36. And we divide by 9. X is negative 4.
Can I go use the bathroom real quick?
Not yet. In about 2 minutes. Seriously.
Okay.
there's a reason. Number 11. All right. Any idea what we should do first? You guys aren't gonna like me in a second, but that's okay. What should we do first?
-3.
No? Yeah, you're really not gonna like this, but it's okay. Nobody knows? Jonathan actually kinda gave us a clue. You remember what he just said a few minutes ago? Okay.
I don't remember what John said a few minutes ago.
That's all I was needing.
What's the last thing I said to you after you said something?
He said,
Remember that
you
from, like-
can skip steps.
I said something else at the very end. Last thing I said to him.
As long as you show your work, and I give you public
No? I said, wait till the end of this problem, then we'll talk about it. Then what did I do? I wrote down number 11. So what should we do first?
Talk about.
Talk about this question. Talk about this question. That's wrong.
Why?
What? But I wrote it down.
It's okay. You need to show all your work. That's another good thing. You guys are reading my mind here, okay? You better have written it down. This is wrong. Don't erase anything, though. It's wrong.
We're not following, right?
Yes, we are. X is -4. Look at the whole problem.
Oh, x is -4, no.
It
x
can be
Yeah.
-4.
Why?
Because it makes
Because
0 on
X-
bottom.
So what's the answer?
No solution.
Now, here's another reason why he can't go potty yet, okay?
Man, I've really been.
Here's the deal. Most of these questions are very, very similar to the test. Very similar to the test. This is not very similar to the test question.
It is the
This is the question. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, each question's worth 5 points. If you remember number 10, the answer's no solution, and you write no solution, and you don't show any of your work,
That's 1 point.
no, you know how many points I'm gonna take off?
5.
6.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. I'll take off more than it's worth. You take off 6. I'll take off 6 on a 5-point problem. Okay? Don't just put down no solution. Now, if you're sitting there going, I'll just put a bunch of crap down. I don't put no solution. I know what crap looks like. Okay? I know what it looks like. This is the question. This is the question. Okay, you gotta go to the bathroom now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, show your, that's why I said show, you better show your work. If you don't show your work, if you just put no solution, no. Okay, now what should we do over here first? Not, plus something.
Plus X.
Why would you add x?
Get the square root by itself.
Get the radical by itself.
Yeah.
Now, if you remember, this is one other thing, if you remember from Algebra 2, when you have radicals, you have to check, and you have x's on both sides, you gotta check your answers. You gotta check your answers, okay? Because we may get some false, we may not make any mistakes, we still might get some solutions that don't work. So now what do we do? How do you get rid of radicals? How do you get rid of square roots?
Radical the other side.
Ooh, not radical the other side. What's the opposite of radical?
Square root, both sides.
Radical is square root.
Square.
Square
Oh,
both
square.
sides. Square this side. Now be careful. Did I square the entire right side the way I just wrote it?
No.
I only squared what? Okay. What's radical 3 minus x squared?
It's just 3 minus.
3 minus x. 3 plus x squared is 3 plus x times 3 plus x. Now what?
Such.
Not yet. One word.
Foil.
FOIL. 3 minus x equals 9. Outers are 3x, inners are 3x, together it's 6x. Last is x squared. Now what?
Plus.
Plus what?
Must
I'd-
get
I'd
0
put-
on one side,
I
right?
would definitely make 0 on one side, so specifically plus what? Plus x and minus 3. And I'm gonna put them in the right order. So on the right side, you should have x squared plus 7x plus 6.
I'm assuming we won't be allowed to use the study guide for the test.
No. Oh wait, yeah you can. You can definitely use the study guide for the test.
You can use it on the test.
To study for the test, not on the test, not during the test. Don't you hate it when teachers give you answers like that?
It's-
Students ask all the time, do we have to take the test? I know you don't have to take the test. Really? No, I give you a 0. Okay, they love that. All right, now what do we do? When we make it equal 0, the next step is almost always One word.
Factor.
Factor this thing. And this is an easy one to factor. X and X. There's no negative, so plus and plus. How do you times to 6 and add to 7?
6 and 1.
6 and 1, so it looks like our answers are what?
-1 and -6.
Just catch how I said that?
Yeah, but.
It looks like our answers are -6 and -1.
They can be, right?
What do we gotta do? I told you at the beginning of this problem.
Going back in.
We gotta check them. Plug in -6. What's 3 minus -6?
9.
Radical 9 is
3.
3 minus -6. What's 3 minus -6?
Plus 6.
9. 9 equals 3?
No.
Let's backtrack. I want to make sure we didn't miss that. Plug in -6. 3 minus -6 is 3 plus 6, which is 9. Radical 9 is 3. 3 minus -6 is 9. 9 equals 3? No, so we cross that out. So that means -1's got to be the answer, right?
No.
Not necessarily. If we cross that one out, then the answer's what? No solution. Let's try -1. 3 minus -1 is 3 plus 1, which is 4. Square root it is 2. 2 minus -1. What's 2 minus -1?
3.
So I'm just gonna put, we did it in our head, but you gotta check your answers. You have to check now again, you don't have to check your answers. If you don't check your answers, you think the answers are -1 and -6. And it's not, it's only -1. Okay? All right. Let's try to get, let's see, it was 11. 1, 2, 3. We do 4 more. We're gonna do a group homework quiz, by the way.
What?
A group one, is that okay?
What do you mean?
You guys never done a group homework quiz?
We haven't.
Or we just work together.
No.
It says partner.
Where we randomly pick people, well, people volunteer, or we do somewhere, we have different people say, I'll do number this, I'll do number that, and you tell me the answers, we all get the same score. We cool with that?
No.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
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 What? No.
Yeah.
What do you mean, what? No.
What? Why
Because
not?
if someone puts the wrong answer up, I'm getting -5 points.
Don't
I
put
want
the
to
wrong
mine
answer
for
up.
myself, please.
It'll be okay.
What?
I do this purposely to try to help you guys, not here at Birch.
We're
Now, is everybody
I
gonna
thought
try?
you were trying to trick us, not gonna lie.
So, wait, what do you-
Oh, man, that hurts.
Wait, so you'll
Look,
put the
like,
problems
what
up
do you
there
mean?
and kids
Just
can
trick
show up and
them.
answer?
What I'll do is we'll have people, like, for example, we can have 5 people, and you go and do, like, say, if we pick you and you do a problem, you're out, you can't do anymore, you can't do all 5, you can't have Cassie do all 5, okay? Seriously, no, she can't do all 5, no.
Dude, it's kinda like how Miss Powell did it.
I have
Who?
no idea.
At the center, how she would put the questions up and then
We'll
everyone.
do this, we'll do it,
answered
and if the score isn't to your liking, if you really want 25 out of 25, I'll pick 5 more problems than you can do on your own, if you'd like.
Okay, never mind. I'll
Can we,
just
like-
do-
Okay, here we go, just a few more. Number 12, solve. Let's see, 3x to the 2/3, and it's 4x to the 1/3. Minus 4 is 0. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get to number 15. Number 15 would be great. 57, I think we have time. Yes, we do, we have time. Yeah, we still have 13 minutes. You guys remember how we did one like this? It's been a while.
Can you add 3x?
No. I'll give you a huge clue. I'll say one word. I'll write one word.
I'll
Oh,
let you
Substitute.
equal 1/3.
Careful, you left
X to
something
the
out.
1/3.
X to the 1/3. We do a substitution to make it easier. So if u is x to the 1/3, what's 3x to the 1/3?
Yes.
3u.
3u squared plus. If u is x to the 1/3, what's 4x to the 1/3? 4u minus 4. Now what? Factor this thing. I believe it does factor. It will on the test, it will factor. Hopefully there's some factors. To make 3u squared, what times what?
3 and
3 what and
3u
1?
and 1.
3u and 1u. Then we look at our last. How do you make a negative?
Plus minus.
Does it make a difference where I put them?
Yes.
I'm guessing plus minus. And that little trick about timesing to this and adding to that doesn't work because of the 3. So what do you want to try for 4?
2 and 2.
Or 4 and 1. Let's try 2 and 2. Check your outers and your inners. Your outers are what? When you times them.
5u.
Times.
No, 6u.
Negative 6.
Negative.
6u.
6u. Inners.
2.
It's -4u, is that what we want?
Flip the sign.
Flip the signs, 3u minus 2u plus 2. We can check it if we want, but, so, when you flip the sign switch. So, what are our solutions?
2/3.
2/3 and,
-2.
and be careful, that's what u is. I don't want to know what u is. Sounds like bad English. U is, UB, whatever. What is u?
X to the
X to the
third.
one.
X to the 1/3 power. X to the 1/3, how do you get rid of a 1/3 power? Remember, a 1/3 power is a cube root. How do you get rid of a cube root? How do you get rid of square roots?
Square it.
How do you get rid of cube roots?
Cube it.
Cube them. So what do you do with each of these answers?
Cube it.
Cube them. What's 2/3 cubed? What's 2 cubed? And don't say 6.
8.
8. 3 cubed, don't say 9.
27.
-2 cubed. -8. Okay, 1, 2, 3 more, and then we're done for today. Okay, you can't miss this one, guys. This one's an easy one. -8 plus 2i minus -7 minus 12i. Okay, simplify that. What's -8 plus 2i minus -7 minus 12i? So we're going to put together -8 minus the real part. So -8 minus -7. Minus is what?
Plus.
So what is it?
-8 plus 7.
-8 plus 7, which is -1. 2 minus 12i.
14.
Can't miss that one, guys. 2 more for today. 14. 3 plus 4i. 2 minus 5i. Okay. We're going to FOIL this thing out. Okay. Firsts,
6.
6. Outers,
-15.
inners,
20. -20
Inners.
is 20.
Inners.
Oh.
8i? And last, then's -20i squared. You gotta remember what I squared is though.
It's -1.
If you don't have that memorized, you better write it down. I squared is -1. So I'm gonna show my steps here. I have 6. I can put those together and you get -7i. Then -20 times -1. So what's that I squared do to -20?
Makes it a positive.
Makes it a positive 20. So 6 minus 7i plus 20. So our final answer is 26 minus 7i. Question on that one? Hopefully those two are pretty easy. Okay, this is something we haven't talked about in a while. What is this? What's I to the 275th power? What's the cycle of I? 4, okay? And for 4, all you gotta look at is the last 2 digits. That's the same as I to the 75th. That's all you gotta do is look at the last 2 digits. But we're not done. That's not done yet, okay? What number that you know is really, really, I mean, kinda close to
64.
64? Okay, so subtract off 64. So it's I to the 11th. We're getting better, it's getting smaller.
8.
Subtract off 8. So it's the same as I to the 3rd. You want to get it to either I squared, I3, or I4. I3rd, you got to remember, it goes I, then I squared is -1. I to the 3rd, you have this written down somewhere, is -I. Do you guys remember I to the 4th is? What's I squared times I squared? I4, positive 1. So what's our answer?
-I.
You want to do another one like that? I can make one up real fast.
That's pretty simple.
How about this? What's I to the 2, 7, 8, 6, 4, 9, 3, 1, 4, 1? What does that simplify to?
41.
I to the 41. This is a real easy one. Give me a number close to 41 that you know.
3.
So it's the same as,
I.
it's just I, or I first. Okay, we good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so on Monday, we'll finish up the last 5 questions, and then you'll have time that you can study a little bit. Test. Might be Thursday. I might make it Thursday. Plan on it being Tuesday. It might be Thursday though, okay? If I had to guess, it would be Thursday, but it might be Tuesday.